Pursue what catches your heart, not what catches your eyes. Roy T. Bennett. There is no such thing as failure. It's a life lesson for future invagee. Life teaches you a new lesson every day, if you are attentive enough in the class of life. Invagee. Lessons in life will be repeated until they are learned. Frank Sonnenberg. The only mistake in life is the lesson not learned. Albert Einstein. The most valuable lessons in life cannot be taught, they must be experienced. Liam Payne. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. Winston Churchill. The biggest lesson we have to give our children is truth. Goldie Hawn. I've learned that no matter what happens, or how bad it seems today, life does go on, and it will be better tomorrow. Maya Angelou. You can build your own things that other people can use, and once you learn that, you'll never be the same again. Steve Jobs. The universe is one great kindergarten for man. Everything that exists has brought with it its own peculiar lesson. Orison Swett Martin. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Albert Einstein. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. Lao Tzu. It's never too late to reinvent yourself. Mark Russell Scarione. The biggest lesson that I've learned is that things can change so quickly. Never get used to one thing because everything can flip on its head. Santon Dave. Whoever is happy will make others happy too. And Frank. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. You will face many defeats in life, but never let yourself be defeated. Maya Angelou. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. Abraham Lincoln. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. Helen Keller. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Thomas A. Edison. Life is never fair, and perhaps it is a good thing for most of us that it is not. Oscar Wilde. The only impossible journey is the one you never begin. Tony Robbins. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. John Lennon. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Mae West. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Nelson Mandela. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Confucius. Do not let making a living prevent you from making a life. John Wooden. Life is ours to be spent, not to be saved. D. H. Lawrence. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston S. Churchill. If you really look closely, most overnight successes took a long time. Steve Jobs. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Walt Disney. The secret of success is to do the common thing uncommonly well. John D. Rockefeller Jr. I find that the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. Thomas Jefferson. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. Henry David Thoreau. Success seems to be connected with action. Successful people keep moving. They make mistakes, but they don't quit. Conrad Hilton. There are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. Colin Powell. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Franklin D. Roosevelt. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. Herman Melville. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Jim Rohn. The road to success and the road to failure are almost exactly the same. Colin R. Davis. If you set your goals ridiculously high and it's a failure, you will fail above everyone else's success. James Cameron. A successful man is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks others have thrown at him. David Brinkley. Things work out best for those who make the best of how things work out. John Wooden. Try not to become a man of success. Rather become a man of value. Albert Einstein. Don't be afraid to give up the good, to go for the great. John D. Rockefeller. Success is walking from failure to failure, with no loss of enthusiasm. Winston Churchill. You know you are on the road to success if you would do your job and not be paid for it. Oprah Winfrey. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. Vidal Sassoon. If you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. Jim Rohn. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is. Vince Lombardi. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Henry Ford. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. Amelia Earhart. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. George Adair. You may be disappointed if you fail, but you are doomed if you don't try. Beverly Sills. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Confucius. When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. Henry Ford. Too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. Les Brown. I didn't fail the test. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. Benjamin Franklin. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Albert Einstein. The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude. Oprah Winfrey. Every day the clock resets. Your wins don't matter. Your failures don't matter. Don't stress on what was, fight for what could be. Sean Higgins. Don't let rejection create self-doubt. The founder of Starbucks was turned down by 217 of the 242 investors he initially spoke with. Elizabeth Galbut. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. Leo Tolstoy. Lay to your strengths. If you aren't great at something, do more of what you're great at. Jason Lemkin.